Duto Realty is a homegrown business with an eye for getting the job done right. From football games to Sunday school and everything in between, these ladies care about our community and the people in it. Helping buyers and sellers in all of Florida with all types of transactions, including residential, commercial, farm, or vacant land. They do it all. They even offer auction services and sellouts to always get the job done right. All right, welcome back to another edition of the Goblay Show. I'm your host, Billy Goble, and today we have a former Raider and special guest. Today joining us show is none other than Mr. Richard Kelly, also known as Lely. Lely, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
Everything. I'm gonna commit. And it was like, wait a minute, what? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna commit right now, fully commit. And then just seeing them just being so happy, giving my mom a hug, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to that place and see what I can do.
Did they want the Kool-Aid after that?
Oh, nah, they want the Kool-Aid.
Hey, I want to tell you right now, they deep down wanted that Kool-Aid. I'm telling you. They probably said no because they're like, we can't be drinking Kool-Aid. Like, no, that was cool. Your mom asked, because I would have been like, yeah. You got what kind you got?
Oh yeah, that great flavor.
No, that's funny, but that's something you'll never forget.
No,
you know what I mean? And then, But you throw them off by going, "Hey, I'm ready." And they're like, "Wait,
oh yeah, that was so surprised.
We don't have to dangle the carrot.
Nope.
We don't have to dangle the carrot in front of you, in front of the horse as it's pulling the cart.
Oh yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. You got it.
Oh yeah,
you got
it. Exactly.
So who was the head coach there at the time?
Jim Levitt.
Levitt. Okay.
Yeah, Levitt was he was my coach. You know, he was different, and I loved it. I love being different. You know, I love him being different, and you know, as soon as got there, he just like put us through hell. It was good, you know, for us, and I really enjoy him.
Now, was Ben there when you were there?
Yep, Ben was there.
Ben was a senior?
Yep, he was a senior. Yeah, Ben was a senior. Sam Miller was there.
Oh, Sam, I forgot Sam was
Sam was there.
Good old Sam.
Oh, man, it was...
I love Sam.
Sam was
such a good guy.
Sam was a hitter. I mean, it was... I remember one time in practice, me and Sam, we hit each other. He played linebacker, I played fullback, you know, or running back. We hit each other. Boom. Congratulations. You know, it was a good hit. Man, I got chewed out by Coach Franks. He was getting chewed out by Wally Brown. Y'all mother... South Sumter, you need to hit each other harder than that. And then, sure enough, like Sam went to straight crazy mode. You know, I was like, he started to make that scream, like you know, like he powering up, and then we hit each other. Boom! He hit me to my knees. I remember coming back to the huddle. Mike Ford was just like, Kelly. I'm just like, well, what's up? Your helmet is like dented. I mean, he's caved in like the side of my face mask and helmet. That's how hard he is.
Oh my gosh. He went beast mode on you.
Oh, he went beast mode. I was like, damn, you know, I didn't think he was gonna go that hard.
Dude, I can't imagine taking on Sam then. But have you seen Sam lately?
Not lately. Not. I mean,
I saw. Well, it's been a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not. I think it's about a year ago.
Yeah.
I saw Sam. Dude, there's no way.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
If
I had to go up against Sam, like he wins.
Oh yeah.
I forfeit.
Oh yeah. I mean, Sam literally had all the running backs shook. You know.
Wow.
Except for me, I wasn't shook. But
right. You just got your helmet.
You got me good.
So my brother tells Tom being hit hard. My brother tells a story about how he got Kendall hit him in practice.
Oh yeah,
and deviated his septum. The military had to fix his nose. Because Kendall messed it up.
Yeah. Kendall was a rocker. You know, me and Kendall actually talked last night, and he was just saying like, you know, for him hitting me every day really, you know, made him improve every single day. Because I mean, in high school, you guys, a lot of guys, they were getting a lot of concussions coming around me because we just was so physical back then. I just love the physicality about football. You know, I just love just running through somebody. Even if I get ran through, I'm just like, all right, good job, do it again.
Yeah,
you know, do it again.
Yeah, I dare you.
Yeah, just keep on going.
I think a lot of people that you're talking about the concussion thing, and if you notice, I don't know if you still watch a lot of football, but the concussion thing has not been either. It's not as highlighted as it was, but I think the techniques are better now.
Yes, I agree.
That they're not. I mean, because I just finished I coached Jason Wolpack, and I had to do every year. You got to do the coaching thing.
Yep.
You know, and they teach you all the techniques because it changes from year to year.
Oh yeah.
But I just finished that, and I'm like, man, if we would have just maybe if some of those things would have been brought up like 20 years ago, we wouldn't have had. I mean, they've been having concussions since the game started, but it escalated so quickly in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the awareness, everybody's like, but it's also deterred people from playing football because they're like, my kid's not getting a concussion. I'm like, it's actually safer now than it was when we were kids.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
So, you ever had some as Earl Everett like say something going on there?
I would say actually remember.
God dang, if you can't remember, you had one.
No, I did. I would say I did have a concussion. My freshman year.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, my freshman year I had a concussion, and then that's when I really had to change the way I hit. Because we were playing against the Oregon Ducks on kickoff return, and I was on kickoff return, and this guy, man, he was jacked. I don't know what he was on, but he was just like he loved pain or something. And Coach Levy gave us a motivation speech because we were down in halftime. He was like, "Oh, you underclassmen, you need to go out there and sacrifice your bodies for the upperclassmen." Everybody come together. Yeah, let's do it. And I remember where I was kickoff return. We was getting the ball. I see the ball go over the top of my head, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy." And we were running full speed. Boom! I got him. Don't get me wrong. He went backwards. He went backwards. I went forward. Suffered. He got up. I did not. I just all of a sudden, I just heard the crowd noise. Just started like, and it started dimming. I'm just like, holy crap! This almost feel like fight night, And then I just remember just laying down. Yeah. And I just started laying on the ground. And then I remember my wife was just saying, and they had to cut a break, and then when the break came back, I was still on the ground. And
they went to commercial break.
Yeah, they went to commercial break. That's how hard. Like I was out cold.
Yeah, 3 commercials.
Yeah, for real. And then they even said like Coach Levitt came out, but it was just like after like 5 minutes he came out in the field just checking up on me. And whenever they came over there, they was like, "Richard, do you know where you are right now?" I'm looking around. Well, I see mountains, so I know we're definitely not in Florida right now. But other than that, I don't know what state we're in.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't really. Wow. So that night, I was just like, "Oh damn, we're in Texas."
Yeah. It's amazing how much just because people don't understand. Your brain is just like floating around.
Yeah.
And then once you you could fall off this couch and get a concussion if you hit your head just right.
Oh yeah.
But there's people that and it's always. I don't try to make light of the situation, but everybody tries to make, you always have a funny, there's something funny about it.
Oh, yeah.
But you're like, man, it sucked after that because I'm sure you couldn't be real sensitive to the light, blah, blah, blah. You had a headache, whatever. Everybody's different. They have different symptoms, whatever. But it's amazing how, for a while their concussions were just like, it was like a comedic thing. Like, oh, he's concussed. He's on the one movie's like, hey, how many fingers am I holding up? And like, it's like 4. Wait. It's got to be true or false. This man's holding up some fingers.
Yeah.
True or false? He's like, true? He's like, he's going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I've seen a lot of teammates of mine have concussion. I remember my Bash brother, Kenneth Labrise, I call him my Bash brother on kickoff return. And I remember we were playing against Miami, and this dude, instead of like, we used to come as a wedge, and the dude, of course, you don't want to take us both on, so he picked one of us, and he picked him. And I just heard, woof, like a car wreck, All of a sudden, I started to run off the sideline. I hear, Kelly! I'm just like, who calling me? Labrise, you good? He was like, hey man, come here. I was like, are you good? He was like, hey man, you gotta help me get to the sideline. Like the ground is moving like this right here. I'm just like, okay, hey, right foot. Here, we're literally counting right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
No way. He's like, I'm in a fun house right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see.
Yeah, exactly. So everything was just moving in his brain. I'm just like, yeah.
Wow, dude. I was gonna say that was when they used to run the wedge.
We used to run the wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I got a lot of
the
highlights.
old wedge. So you were like a wedge blocker.
Oh yeah, I was a wedge blocker. I mean, I used to destroy people. We got things from South Sumter, where we had that physicality. When I went to college and having that same type of physicality, everybody was like, "What the heck?" I mean, I always used to run through people on that wedge. You got to think that wedge. Whenever you set up that wedge and on kick out return, we all got to be running like over like 20 miles per hour, or something like that, and coming full speed.
Straight sprint.
A straight sprint and just bang.
Wow. Yeah. So, did your teammates? I know Ben and Sam were there. Mm-hmm. Did they just did they go, okay, he's one of them South Central boys, he'll be all right, or did they did they kind of look at you like you got something to prove?
No, I mean, it's one of the things where it's just like, oh, he's South Sumter, he'd be okay, type of thing. I would say there was one time I blocked Ben. I kind of blindsided him. I didn't want to clean him off his feet, but just a little love tap, just and Ben was just Ben was kind of crazy, Ben was just like, he was like, Larry, if you ever do that again, I'm gonna beat you. I'm just like, all right, note to self, don't do that again.
You're like, I want to live see the next 3 years of my collegiate career.
Oh no, exactly. But it was good.
Dang,
it was a good experience.
So tell me your favorite. What was your favorite? It could be a couple places, but what's a couple places you loved playing in? I know South Florida plays some different people, because at that time they were they in the independent conference then? What conference? They were in the Big East.
Big East.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Big East.
Big East is no longer there. You're right.
Yeah.
I totally remember that. But Miami was in there, Virginia Tech, and West Virginia.
In the Big East, so in the Big East, it was at that time, especially 2007, it was Louisville, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Rutgers.
Okay, so there's
Syracuse,
which is really weird because South Florida is not even south of Florida.
Yeah,
but why not put them in the Big East? Which Miami is pretty much the only East, on landmass team. I guess Virginia Tech would be close, but West Virginia, as you start getting further over, okay, did you play Syracuse too?
Syracuse as well.
Or the Qs?
Yeah,
the Qs.
Yeah, I think Miami, I think it was in ACC.
Okay, so they had moved in that. Okay, because I knew they moved by then. But what was one of your favorite places to play?
I'd say favorite places to play would have been probably Louisville. I like Louisville. That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool experience.
Yeah, pretty cool experience. But if we're gonna go off experience, the best experience that I would say by far was Auburn. When we went to Auburn, and this is you understand, coming from South Sumter, going to college, and then going to our competitor or whatever, and the way we just coming in on the bus and the family just rocking the bus at Auburn, I was like, holy crap, we about to get jumped, And then just going out there, as a freshman. I really didn't play much at fullback or anything like that, but I did play a lot of special teams. And then just seeing the crowd just going crazy. I mean, I was out there crying, boohoo crying. This is, of all the hard work, time to pay off. And then, unfortunately, the guy that I hit, he got smacked pretty hard.
Oh, he had to pay for that.
Yeah. I had to set the tone. Kick up return. But that was pretty cool. And also the West Virginia, whenever we got ranked number 2 in the nation, we played against West Virginia, selling out the Buck Stadium.
Oh, I was about to say, were you there when Ben picked off the pass?
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that's it. That was a great game. I watched that on YouTube the other day. The whole game. I was oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Just to see somebody like that, do something like that. Let's Ben with that big interception, big primetime game. Earl with the no helmet tackle.
Yeah.
Kiki making all these big hits. It just makes you proud of these guys. I say kids, you guys are grown men now, but your student athletes that come through and make such a big impact, not only here but wherever they go.
Oh yeah.
So you're in the Big East. You're playing. I don't know. 11, 12 games a year, right?
Yeah.
Did you go any bowl games?
Yeah. So all 4 years of my college, I went to bowl game.
Okay.
So
Which one was your favorite?
That probably would have been the International Bowl. 'Cause that's my first time ever leaving.
Where's that at?
Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was
Well, international. I didn't even think. I'm thinking like international, like some kind of speedway or something. Like you never know, because like the what was that one bowl game was like Dash.com bowl, and I'm like, where's that at? Like you don't even know.
Oh yeah.
You think it's in Music City Bowl. You're like, all right, that's got to be Detroit, but I think it's. I don't. It might be in Detroit.
I think it was Detroit.
But that's cool. Canada, though.
Canada, yeah. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
What stadium did you play in?
Honestly, I can't remember stadium, like I say, because I really wasn't that big.
Was it a dome or was
it was a dome? It was a dome. Yeah, it was cold. A lot of snow. I remember the first time I seen snow. I'm just like, what is this falling out the sky? Like, is this snow like from the movies? Yeah.
You were definitely a Florida kid.
Oh yeah. And I know like playing like in the snow in video games and stuff like that seems fun, but in real life it's not fun.
No,
not at all.
On the one on the video game, you're like, all right, it's gonna be a blizzard.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna be playing in Pittsburgh, and you're like, oh my gosh, but you don't realize it's -5 degrees or 10. You're like, I can't even feel my fingers right now.
Playing in that weather like that, because the first time I seen it was in West Virginia, and when it started snowing, it was like a blizzard. I mean, I just remember just sitting back and seeing all the freaking snow piled up, the fans throwing like freaking patty at us and stuff, like frozen patties. I'm just like, man, this sucks. And then they had turf too, so each time you get tackled, like your skin is like coming off. It was tough, but also fun. It was really fun too.
So you have a great collegiate career playing at South Florida. What were your plans after that? Like, what was something that what did you go to? I know you were going there to play football, but what were you going there to get a degree in?
So I was getting a degree in communications. Whenever this is some things that they really don't tell athletes, but I feel like athletes now have a more freedom than way back in the day. They kind of guide you, say, hey, you playing football, it's a lot, you should either do like communication or interdisciplinary social science, like or either criminology. I'm just like, I guess I'm gonna be communicating with people. I'll take communications, So yeah, that's where I graduated, got a bachelor's in communications.
I had a friend of mine, he was like, they asked him the same thing kind of, and he was like, they're like, what about communication? Because he's like, I don't want to work at Radio Shack. Like back in the day, like what? He's like, I don't think that's what they were talking about. But yeah.
And plus too, like communication was like, if you would have known me in I'd say elementary school, middle school, even in high school, I was always the shy one, just because I was I didn't want to get embarrassed, and it was tough. It was tough actually going to college, because my reading level was very, very low. And I still remember where I was about to get embarrassed. It actually still is pretty embarrassing, but we had to read like this package or whatever in this one class. And it actually wasn't even a class. It was a class for like athletes, and it was in this round table, probably like 8-10 guys or whatever. So we all go in a circle, and I'm just like, dang, all right, this person's gonna read this paragraph, this person's gonna read this paragraph, this person's gonna read this paragraph. All right, I should be like right here. So I'm starting to read it, whatever. And my boy Terrell, he would decide to read 2 paragraphs. I'm just like, dang. All right, Richard, you're up. I'm just like, looked at the paper, looked at everybody, and I just got my backpack and just walked out. Just because I couldn't. I really couldn't read that well. And I'm just like, I'd rather just walk out instead of getting embarrassed. And that's when Coach Levitt found me later that day. He was like, son, if you ever do anything like that, I'll ship you right at the South Sumter.
Wow.
But like I said, my wife, she really, really helped me out. And then I always tell people this story too. Like something that really, really helped me out was my wife, family. Starting the experience going out to restaurants, to be forced to read off the menu. For the longest time, they always take me out. I would always say hamburger, 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 just because I really couldn't read the menu that well. And then eventually, that's when I was just like, all right, let me go ahead and start, taking this reading more seriously. Yeah.
Well, listen, don't. A lot of people, they're either embarrassed because they can't. They can't. They're not. I don't want to say they can't. They're not as good. I'll say that. Everybody's different. Yeah. Everybody's different. People can pronounce words way better. than others.
Yeah.
I am not one of those. And I got no problem telling anybody. Now, I will joke around and, you know, when I'm at the restaurant, I'm like, can I get the filet mignon? But you know, there are people that have probably said, you know, they said that. Somebody had to have heard somebody say that.
Oh yeah.
Or you know, ordering something and you're like, yeah, like I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah.
But you know, like, and if it doesn't break it down. Even when they break it down, you don't even know what it is. Like, you're like, so I'll give you an example. Like, we went to a restaurant one time and they're like, I was like, so what is this? And like, I'm reading it, but I still want to hear, maybe if they say it, it'll transition better. So I'm like, so what is this? And they're like, oh, it's just like say pork chop. It's a pork chop with a glaze of blah 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 blah. And I'm like, and even when they explained it, that did mean nothing. Like, I'm like, so does it have like onions in it?
Can you give me the taste, please?
My favorite thing to do, man. This is great. So, like I said, I'm crazy all the time, but I was at a restaurant. I won't say the name of the restaurant, but the lady goes, she had kind of an accent, and she's like, super salad, right? That's not what I heard. I swear, that's not what I heard. I heard super salad. So I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, dang, that sounds pretty good. like I get a super salad and a meal. Like, and the guy that was with me, we were with people I worked with, and he's like, I don't think that's what she said. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I swear I thought you said super salad. Now, every time you hear that, you're gonna think of super salad.
Give me that super salad.
Yeah,
super salad.
I'm like intrigued by this moment.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what is in a super salad? Is it like I call it I call it big, like I don't eat small salad. If I eat a salad, I'm eating a big salad.
Oh yeah.
I call it a man salad.
Oh yeah.
So my wife will make it. She's like, that's a man salad right there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, is it like a man salad? It's super.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a man salad. So that, and when you go at the end, you're done with the meal, and the lady comes up and says, "You want a box?" I always say, "I'd rather wrestle," instead of playing box.
Yeah.
My wife and kids roll their eyes every time.
Oh, yeah.
But it's something that I always do because it's, it's like a dad joke. It's it's so stupid. But it's funny. And the best is the waitress. She's like, you get one of those people.
Oh, yeah.
They've heard it all. They worked in a diner for 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
that forced petty laugh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, from now on, you're going to be like, super salad.
Can I get that super salad?
She's like, but the way if they say it so fast, would you like a super salad? Like, super salad? I'm like, did you not hear what I just, I said the same thing, was, I would love a super salad. That's so awesome. But yeah, no, that's crazy how, but going back to what I said, I kind of got sidetracked. But a lot of people are just like, they're embarrassed because they can't, I try to, if I don't know what I'm doing, I try to avoid it.
The same.
Just like you did when you walked out. So I get that. But there are times where, you're just out of your element. Yeah. And it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
It's still going to happen. Even I mean, if you're educated, they can't educate you for everything.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
And that's called life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you go to, we're about to go to Maine. And I know there's going to be something, I'm going to say something stupid. Like, when they, where's the jelly? Like something stupid where they're not accustomed to that. Or I'm not going to be accustomed to what they do. But that's the best part is taking that custom and making it like, you I guess exploring new things.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people that have a disability and like learning disability and stuff, it takes time.
Yeah.
But it's like anything. Like, let me ask you this: Are you good at counting money?
I would say so. Yes.
We're kind of going away from that, and it's like it's starting to be kind of like a cashless society. But I'll tell you where I learned, like, it's like, so it's not even, I wouldn't even call it basic math, but it is. But it's different because I would say it's like speed, remedial math, because you're trying to do so much at one time. You got a lot going on. That's why when you're at a stadium, you see those guys. I'm like, no one want to be that guy because he's responsible for all that money, all the products. Yeah, and he's in an environment that he's not. This is not contained. I mean, it is for the most part. Yeah, but I learned from produce. I used to sell produce with my buddy. And I could tell you what, when I first started, I was like, oh my gosh, just give me a $20 bill. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Now it's like I'm having a conversation. Hey, how you doing? I'm over here doing it like I've got it all figured out. Here you go. Or before they can bag it up, my biggest thing was before they could bag everything up, I had their change. It was a challenge. Yeah. So as long as you can make it work for yourself, but as long as you got to keep plugging at it, keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. Yeah, I mean, even like in today, I feel like we just got to keep on moving forward of something. Right. COVID happened. It pretty much the world stopped. And I feel like honestly, that's where a lot of people honestly stop moving and stop working on their goals and stuff like that. But you just got to keep on plugging away at it. What a crazy time COVID was! Oh my gosh! What a crazy time! That was it. How old are your kids? So at that time, they would have been in preschool at that time. Oh my gosh, she had little kids. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I remember. Did they wear a mask? Yeah, they wear the mask. Oh. I knew they wore a mask, but did they wear it? Yeah, they wore it. Yeah, because I have 4 nieces and a nephew, and my nephew was. Actually, my nephew wasn't born yet. He was born after COVID. But my nieces, they're like 14, 13, and 8. They're both 8. Yeah. They're like, toddlers, preschool at the time. Yep. 2, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. And they were wearing masks. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're actually wearing a mask. Like, I don't even want to wear a mask. I can't imagine having a kid, making a kid wear a mask. Oh, yeah. And, that's crazy. When it first happened, nobody knew what was going on. But the whole, COVID and stuff, I had my one guy, I was working at I was the manager at the time, and my full-timer, Marlon, he was just like, Richard, something's going to happen. I'm just like, what are you talking about, Marlon? You always talking all the crazy stuff. He was like, I'm trying to tell you, be prepared, make sure you eat your sardines and your cans and your beans. I'm just like, all right, Marlon, whatever. And then sure enough, probably like 2 months down the road, that's when COVID happened. I was like, dang, he was actually right. Yeah, the first doomsday prepper got to be right. I didn't know anything. Obviously we weren't kind of introduced to it till about mid-March, and that's when they started canceling all the sports. I go, oh my god! Oh yeah, that's when I got freaked out. Was when because remember I was gonna go watch Florida and Georgia play a baseball game, and they're like, yep, all sports done, and I was like, oh no, I was like, oh my god, it's the end of the world. Oh yeah, because I'm like, you can't what? Yeah, you can't do that. Sure enough. And it was funny because we were on spring break. It was during the fair. Never forget, I'm at the fair, Sumter County Fair, and I'm seeing ESPN pop up. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And I was actually kind of upset because I couldn't go to the game. But like, it was like, whatever, it is what it is. I don't really care. But I was like, nah, I can't. What are we gonna watch? Oh yeah, exactly. Can you imagine doing that? I mean, they got it was lucky it didn't happen in the fall.
Oh yeah.
I think people would have just lost their freaking minds, dude. Can you imagine the build up? You got we didn't even have NCAA then. It was still in hibernation mode. But can you imagine? You have all this build up. Hey, the preseason top 25 just came out. You're like, oh my gosh, we made the top 25 finally. And then all of a sudden, you don't even get to the first game. It's like, and there's no preseason. So you're like, we don't even get an FCS game. Come on, bro. And they just cut it. I think people would have been, they would have been jumping off bridges and stuff. Oh my gosh, dude. It would have been crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, because COVID definitely was the dark times, I call it.
Did you? Could you work at the time? Or?
Yeah. I mean, we was working at the time, but we couldn't have any customers in the store. So I mean, imagine like we had to just keep going back and forth to the doors. People asking for orders through the door. We hand them the brush and you bring it out to them, everybody in the mask. I remember this one guy came and we didn't have sun. He was just like, "Oh my God, I want COVID to take me out." I'm just like, "Bro, don't say that."
Wow, no.
Just because not over pain.
No, not over pain. I could see them being at the door, and you're like, "Is this the right color?" They're like, no,
exactly. That happened.
Did it really?
Happened.
My God!
It was never the color. The color was like a brush. I mean, you gotta understand. We got like freaking 50 brushes. What type of brush do you need? And he was like, I don't know what brush. I'm just like, oh my goodness,
I need a brush with a slant on it for trim.
Exactly. I mean, it was tough.
I'd have been like, we're out. Go to the next one.
I definitely would. No, I was all about making that money. Yeah, I was definitely.
Oh my gosh, dude, that would drive me insane, dude. Because I'd be like being in produce, I'd have like tomatoes out, and people would come pick them up. I'm like, they flip over everyone. I'm like, guys, I don't put like a bad tomato in there.
Oh yeah,
they go through every one of them.
Oh yeah.
There was a lady one time. She's like looking. She's like, she flips them all over, and then finally. She's standing there with her husband. She finally picks a basket. I go, sir, you ought to feel really, really good about yourself. She's like, why? He's like, why? I said, because she picked you. Good Lord, if she takes that long to pick tomatoes. I hate to see what she does when she goes on a date.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
Oh my God, dude! What's your credit score? All right, what's your blood type?
Oh yeah, for real. Man, talking about produce and stuff like that, it's like, I feel like COVID really like opened up people's eyes. At least it opened up my eyes, and I feel like a lot of like secrets came out during COVID. I feel like that's when like TikTok, Instagram started to get really, really popular, and now people can send out so many information. And on the whole health thing, the produce. I remember going to Publix, and then I picked up an orange. I'm just like, all right, let me get this orange. Let me grab the second orange. Why the hell do these oranges have two different labels on it? I'm just like, that's not right. And then that's when I started doing research on like the different types of like foods that they modify and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's definitely crazy.
So you now we can talk about, if you want to talk about it, your journey through, because you used to be a little bit bigger than you are right now. I don't want to say, I'm not saying you're big, but you're bigger because, I mean, obviously you played fullback, so they're not going to let some kid, like little twig play fullback. So you had some depth.
No, yeah, I'm big boned. I was big
bone. Yeah. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck, the delicious mobile coffee truck that brings you the caffeination inspiration you need. We deliver signature coffee products like our Nitro Cold Brew and Caramel Frappe to any occasion or festivity. And for those who don't like coffee, we offer a variety of delicious hot chocolates, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. That's Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck. Whether your water is supplied by a public municipality or a private well, for residential or commercial use, Purified Water Services LLC has the solutions to provide you with simply clean water. We offer a complete line of professional water filtration equipment and accessories. Soft water makes a difference you can see and feel. Water heater and appliances last longer with less maintenance. Iron and H2S filters eliminate iron stains and offensive rotten egg odors and protects your water softener equipment from iron fouling. No matter what your problem is, Purified Water Services LLC has a solution. Contact Kenny Williams at 352-446-2709. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Webster Ace Hardware and Farm Supply are generous sponsors for today's podcast. They have been a family-owned business for 27 years. This helpful hardware store sells items such as archery, Ariat clothing and boots, Wrangler jeans, case knives, Hammond's candies, and live fishing gear. They also have a full selection of hardware, RV supply, propane, Ben Moore, Royal & Clark, and Kingston paints. You need a barn or fencing job done? Custom barn kits and roofing metal are provided at your local Ace Hardware store. What about a new grill for the yard? Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, and Blackstone are found here, along with all the accessories to go with them. Stock up your workshop with DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Craftsman tools. They got you covered. Remember to go to ace.com to shop their entire line to have items shipped directly to the store. Pat's Taps at Catfish Johnny's. Pat's Taps is Lake Pennsauken's newest tap room, offering 14 rotating craft beers on tap. We also offer bottled domestic beers, seltzers, ciders, and wine, as well as a variety of appetizers and pub food. Our family-friendly tap room is a great place to come hang out and enjoy some one-of-a-kind craft beer. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or the Untapped app. Looking for custom apparel that stands out? Welcome to the Stitching Heifers, Bushnell's premier embroidery and custom apparel shop. From custom hats, t-shirts and jackets to unique gifts and business branding, we specialize in high quality, personalized apparel that reflects your style and vision. Step into our exclusive hat bar and design your one-of-a-kind custom hat, perfect for personal flair or promoting your brand. At the Stitching Heifers, we're committed to bringing your ideas to life with exceptional service and attention to detail. Whether it's for you, your business, or a thoughtful gift, we're your trusted partner for all things custom in the heart of Sumter County. Stop by today or visit us online to get started. The Stitching Heifers, custom style, local heart. When it comes to building in Sumter County, experience matters. From remodels, barns, additions, and accessory buildings to creating the custom home of your dreams, our Hogan Construction delivers quality you can trust. Russell is hands-on and on-site daily, going above and beyond to ensure the project isn't just completed, but crafted to perfection. He doesn't just meet expectations, he exceeds them. For a builder who puts integrity and craftsmanship first, call R. Hogan Construction today at 352-793-7660. Russell Hogan Construction. Built on tradition, built to last. Catfish Johnny's Restaurant, serving the Lake Pennsauken and surrounding areas since 1990. For the last 33 years, we have strived to serve great food at great prices and a friendly, casual atmosphere. If seafood isn't your thing, our burgers or wings are the best around. We have daily specials too. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram for more information. Yeah, big bone. You're like, I'm not fat. I'm big bone.
I'm big bone. Don't say I'm big bone. Right. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, I mean, because even so, man, I was always big bone, since I was probably like 8 years old. And then even throughout high school, I was really, really embarrassed taking out my shirt. I didn't, I had the man boobs and then, the size. And I still remember where Coach Sherman and Coach Lawrence, they took us over to Tampa and we had to do this 7-on-7 tournament. And it was skins against shirts.
Oh, no.
And I was like, Coach, we got the shirts. He's like, nah, we got the skins. I was like, I'm not playing. We had to play against Armwood, and it was a close game, and I did not play. I didn't take my shirt off. I said, I'm not playing.
Wow.
And, that's how embarrassing. Yeah, I was very, very large, growing up, and then I would say my heaviest was when I was like 29 years old, got almost to like 300 pounds, almost got rushed to the hospital with high blood pressure. And that number was like 220 over something, 100 and something. And Even so, at 29 years old, they stuck me on medication, and that still didn't fix the problem. I was still eating the same. I still was doing the same things, and then, the doctor told me, it's like, hey, you're gonna look like your mom or your dad, and I'm just like, all right, cool. It's how it is. We getting older. I'm gonna look like my mom and my dad. Until my son was born with a freaking 8-pack, and I'm just like, how my son at age like 5 got like an 8-pack? If it's supposed to be genetics, I gotta have it underneath somewhere, and then that's what I was on my journey losing weight. I would say probably like at age like 34. I started running every day, start watching what I eat, and I lost over like 95 pounds.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So did you figure out what was the problem? I mean, did you have to go to a different like a bunch of different specialists, or did you get referred to people that helped you, like a dietitian or something? No. Or was this all on you?
It was all on me. I always feel like we all could be our own experiment. Like what works for you. Like why would you, if you feel one way and you feel happy, you feel good, that day, and then the next day you feel bad, just start to cross eliminate different things. Okay, I ate that, I ate that.
Right.
So I just started to do like a lot of research on, one, especially once my son, got diagnosed with ADHD. I'm just like, all right, how can my little one, have ADHD? How can you label them that? And then just started to figure out,
right.
Start figuring out our bodies. That was the main thing.
So you're looking at his diet as well, figuring out what he's eating, hoping that could lead you to something that is the reason why he has ADHD. Is that what you're saying?
No, exactly. And also too, like I said, we live in the world of the internet, in Instagram and TikTok. So a lot of times I just start to just go down this rabbit hole of, okay, they said genetics. Okay, if it's genetics, like what type of gene do I have that, makes me feel the way I feel or have high blood pressure?
Right.
And then I followed this one guy named Gary Braca. He started spilling the beans on like the big corporations and big pharmas, and was just saying that the gene that everybody have is called that MTFR gene. So it's a gene mutation that, if you have high blood pressure, anxiety, or something like that, your body cannot metabolize different types of foods. And then that's when I was like, so you telling me that I have this genetic mutation thing, and every time I eat, I can't break down this to turn into this. It actually raises my blood pressure, and that's when I'm just like, all right, let me go and figure this out. And, start doing more studying on the internet, doing research, and then just being the living experiment. You start to eat, watch what I eat, and I was like, okay, yesterday I felt really, really good. I can start getting stuff done. I feel really good. And then as soon as I start to eat, the processed food, I'm just like, dang, like I ain't do nothing today,
Yeah.
But just really taking the time and just figuring out what really works for me. It's a lot of books, videos out there. The biggest one I would say for everybody to really watch is called Hack Your Gut, because it said like in our gut we have trillions of microbugs in there. I'm just like, interesting, having microbugs in our stomach. And then that's when I started to really start focusing on, like, I'm a big person and firm believer of like movies and stuff. Like little movies give us like little details of like, hey, this is real, like the Magic School Bus,
Right.
And I'm just like, with saying that, all right, if we have these trillions of microbugs in our stomach, and then if we eat something, how is that going to shape us? And
right.
It pretty much found that answer.
That's cool. Now, when you start changing your diet up, is there something like, I'm going to say this and then it's going to sound weird, but is there something that you still eat even though you're not supposed to eat it? Even, you know what I mean? Like, you're like I love, dude, I love any kind of dairy. I love cheese. I think I'm lactose intolerant, but
yeah.
I neglect it. I'm like, I'll just pay for it later.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing too, is like what I tell people, whoever willing to listen, is that everybody's bodies is different.
Yeah.
And I feel like here in the good old US, that it's really hard. Like you have so many people like, hey, what's your blood type? A lot of people don't know, what their blood types are. And the only ways that you can really figure out or find your blood type is, one, if you get in a car wreck and need like some blood. Two, if you go donate blood, or you could get it through your doctor, but your insurance won't even pay for it. So they're typically the ways that you can figure out what your blood type is. And then I read this book called Eat for Your Blood Type, and they just start to really explain things. I'm just like, wait a minute, you telling me that everybody, stomach acid is different, and if you are blood type O, dairy is one of them things that we just can't do. We eat it, it feels good, and all of a sudden, like you say, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah. Exactly. So blood type, breaking down blood type will determine whether you can break down certain foods.
Yeah, your stomach acid level.
Okay. And so when you have those different types of, like you said, everybody's different. How long did it take you to realize, like this is something that this is affecting me?
Yeah, honestly, I started thinking about in my life, like, when was the times I started losing weight, when were the times I wasn't losing weight, and when I started doing the keto, that was probably one of the first things I started doing, and just start cutting out all the sugars and carbs. And my blood pressure started to drop like low. I'm just like, wait a minute, all I'm eating is a whole bunch of bad fat. I mean, it wasn't a clean keto. I was doing dirty. I was dirty with it.
Yeah.
I was going at the Hardee's and McDonald's. Hey, just skip out on the buns, give me the burger and cheese, know. And I was actually doing really, really good of just like, losing weight, and just my blood pressure was going down, all my cholesterol was going down and everything like that. And then as soon as I started to put like the carbs back on and the sugar, everything started to go back up. Even now, as soon as if I go eat like a lot of bread and stuff, one is gonna go to my sides, my chest, and also two is gonna like shoot my blood pressure up. Right. So that's why I always I try to tell people, like, and this is the way I see it in my eyes. I'm just like, we all are on this race, So let's picture Mario Kart, So we picture Mario Kart. We all in this race, and we got to go in and run this lap or whatever. And you have some people, when you start off the race, they're in first place, and then you also have people who start in 8th place. Some people who go like poor, you're in 8th place. Now you got to think about, like, you don't have the access to stuff, good foods and stuff like that. So you have typical, like, a lot of sugar, But if we do going to run this race, we at least need to find out what works for our bodies, what our body needs and fuels, But once you figure out your fuel, then honestly, like, you can attack life, head on.
Is it has it gotten to where you can get off the blood pressure medicine at all? Like, are you still on that?
I would say just because we here in America and we all love, like, food is one of them things that we just is part of us, and so no, I would still take my medicine whenever I know I'm gonna go out, have a drink, and eat hamburgers or whatever, but salts and stuff like that. But I would say I cut it down from, I think I had to take like 2 types of medication down to 1 medication, and with that 1 medication I was supposed to take it like twice a day. Now it's only like once a day. I just, biggest thing is just refueling, our bodies with the right stuff. A lot of people say, oh, I'm getting older. It's not that you're getting older. It's the fact that you losing the raw material that your body needs.
Right.
And once you figure out your raw material, then that's when you can start to feel a lot better and healthier and stuff like that.
A couple of years ago, I've been almost 10 years. I've probably been on blood pressure medicine, and it's probably not good. But that's when I found out. But also found out at the same time I had sleep apnea, and I think those coexist.
Yeah.
I think if and I did not know that one was, like, I didn't know I had one without the other until like probably like. So I was a substitute teacher, and they're like, man, I just one day randomly took my blood pressure, like, wow, that's really high. Yeah. So I made an appointment, and that's when I started getting on blood pressure medicine. But it's changed variously, like different ones or whatever, and you have to get blood work done, make sure your kidneys are functioning, liver function. But the CPAP, I don't know if you know anything about that. Yeah. Do you have a CPAP?
No, I don't have a CPAP. My my stepdad, my father-in-law had one.
Okay. Yeah. The CPAP, bro. I could be driving and be start dozing off. Oh yeah. And just not getting good sleep. I would go to sleep at a decent hour, and I would wake up almost every other hour or on the hour. Yeah. And I remember sitting on the side of my bed This is before I met my wife. Sit on the side of the bed, and I'm like, I put my hands on my head, and I was like, I cannot live like this.
Yeah.
There's no way I can't sleep. You're like sleep deprived.
Oh yeah.
You know? And I'm going to work. I'm not using that as an excuse. I still go to work, but I'm like drained at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Then you never get sleep. So it just kept building up. When I got that CPAP, Lily, I'm telling you, it took me like a month of sleep with that machine.
Yeah.
Now I can't sleep without it.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mind sleeping with it because there's two things. One, I get really good sleep.
Yeah.
Two, I don't snore.
Yeah.
And I'm not having any kind of surgery. I don't want the CPAP that they put in your heart, I guess, or whatever inside you. Whatever it is, I don't even pretend to know what it is, but I know it's implanted. And so they put it inside you. And then, but I'm like, what happens if it breaks?
For real.
I can't buy something from Walmart and it'll break.
No, exactly. That'd be my first question.
I'm gonna put it inside me. Are you crazy? So, but no, when it finally gives, I gotta go get that taken care of. But I'd rather just put the mask on. Now it does suck. When hurricane comes, knocks the power out. We don't have a generator.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, well, it looks like. I remember a couple years ago we had a hurricane, and I'm sitting right outside on the patio.
Oh yeah.
And I'm up there. I look like an old drunk pirate sitting up there. I had two cats. They're like looking at the trees, bending over, and I'm just well, just out of my mind, just like, good God. But it was like just my eyes are wide, just sleep deprived.
Oh yeah.
Still went to work.
Oh yeah. Still went to work.
Had went to work, but felt like crap the whole next day. And then power came on. I said, first thing I do when I get home, I'm going to sleep. Oh yeah. No, but sure. Even with that, like, bro, I was just telling somebody this the other day. 10 years ago, if I had to give it 5:30, it about killed me. Like, I'm like, man, who gets up at this hour? Oh yeah. Now I get up like 5:30 every morning. Oh yeah. And I'm like, reminds me of my grandparents. They get up and read the paper and stuff, and then they go to bed at 7:30. I don't go to bed at 7:30, but I don't need that much sleep with that machine. Yeah. I don't need that much sleep. Oh yeah. I can get 4 or 5 hours. I'm good. Nice. So I'm like, but if you don't take care of the problem, my thing is I want to get off the pills, so I'm not dependent on that. Then, therefore, I don't have any future complications or something else. Exactly. But
and that's the biggest thing for me is I just really wanted to get off the pills, and then like my biggest inspiration was, like I say, my son walking around with an 8-pack, and then I still remember too where I was in a restaurant, we was just eating like some tacos and stuff like that, and he just reached over and just grabbed my side and started laughing like, I'm just like, oh my goodness. I know you did not. You just woke up. You woke up the old daddy. Leave his back. And ever since then, ever since then, I just been going hard almost every single day. No days off. My routine usually starts like 5 o'clock in the morning. Go outside, stretch out. Take in deep breaths, and just be blessed that we can wake up another day to see the sunrise, and then just get after it. Because if you are blood type O, one of the biggest things they said is that we got to constantly move every single day to get our blood flowing. And I'm a firm believer that a lot of our complications just come with our eating, because it's not easy, eating the right things over here in America, because I remember going over to Turks and Caicos, and I had got a Sprite. And so I got the Sprite, opened it, drinking it, turning around. I was like, dang, this Sprite only got like 4 ingredients, Came back home, look at our Sprite. God dang, this Sprite got like 80 ingredients. Like, wait a minute. Yeah. This is crazy,
Yeah. And it's do you think big pharma's really, obviously people think they're with the whole opium crisis and everything, they're big pharma's got, I know they're in it for the money, but like, I just don't see the positive outside of, other than just being so greedy that they don't care anymore.
Yeah. And for me, I don't feel like it's like, you know, they're that greedy. I feel like it is a need. Like you gotta think, and this is the way I think about things. And I think I was talking to one of my guys. I was just like, I think it was Tyson. And I was just like, bro, you gotta think about it as a money, aspect of it. If you really, really, really think about it, when people are kids, what they usually tell you, a lot of people in, growing up, they said they want to be doctors, want to be lawyers,
right,
be like that. So initially, automatically, that's going to be like the middle class. One thing they never tell you in school is like how to actually manage time, manage money, and stuff like that. So now you have all these doctors and lawyers go to school. Now they put themselves in debt, and now they're treating the middle class and poor people. And it seemed like to me that we really have to just focus on what do we eat every day. We never went to school or anything about food, but we have to live with it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just like if we eating every single day, why are we not taught on how to eat or what to eat or anything like that? That's one thing that some people just really just skipped out on.
Yeah.
And my stepdad now with my mom, he just recently had a heart attack like 2 weeks ago. At 53. I'm just like and it's not really, for me, it's not even really like it is the food. It is the food, but it's just that if there's a way to break some of the habits from the food, then you can really, change your life. I had to find a way for me to how can I break away from the food, and how can I determine if I'm really hungry, or not. And once you start to give up sugar, give up carbs, that's when you start to your brain seems like it start to open up. Going on keto was probably one of the best things. Because when I was on keto, I'm just like, man, I feel amazing. Of not really having any of the carbs and sugar, but you got to know it's like we're in this race. We playing Mario Kart right now, and they have all these different distractions and turtle shells and stuff like that coming at you. From birthdays to the holidays. I think the other day I seen like Taco Tuesdays. We have all these different distractions. Then I read somewhere, I seen somewhere where somebody said that we just have to stop eating other people's food and eat our own food. And just having that type of mindset just really, really helped me out.
Is there what keeps you on track besides you talk about mindset? What keeps you focused? Obviously the weight loss keeps you focused because I think people go on a diet, they're going to crash diet or whatever, and they're doing it the wrong way because they're wanting to see results really quick. Yeah. And why do we like results? Because it's results. You see what you're working hard. It's no different from a job. You're trying to get a job. You're trying to make more money. You want to see that progressive, the progression happen. And there's not a better feeling than you got to weigh yourself after a week. Yeah. And which one do you feel more happy about? You lost 7 pounds or you lost 2 pounds?
See, for me, I said what keep me going is just how I feel the next day. I always tell my boys, what you do today is going to affect you tomorrow, no matter what. It could be from physical to, more mental. But what you do today is going to affect you tomorrow. Right. And whenever I did, losing all the weight, and as soon as I get off track, and the next day is just painful, especially playing sports, was my elbows, collarbone, knees, everything start hurting, and I just hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of where they say, oh, we're getting old. It's not we're getting old, we're just putting the best stuff on our on our body. I just hate that feeling.
Well, it's amazing how we've evolved in health science because I just saw a thing the other day where this was in the 1940s. There's the guy dressed as a huge cigarette. He's walking around and he's handing out cigarettes in a hospital.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah.
So we don't have that anymore, but that's highly illegal. But I can imagine. Think about it. You're already in. God forbid you're ever in a hospital, and you're in a hospital, and all of a sudden here comes a character dressed as a lit cigarette. Yeah, and he's like, "Here you go." How do you respond to that? You're like, thanks. You're like, thanks a lot. But I think it's, I think we're becoming more aware. Yeah. I hate to say that because we should be aware of it already. Yeah. But I think we're becoming more so aware because like RFK Jr. is trying to do all that. Yeah. There's no reason why we have all this stuff, and you know what? For us, it's one thing, but we don't want our kids to be. We've already. My childhood was, I mean, like I said, going back to I was raised on the PB&J, man. Now they're like, no, don't do that.
Oh yeah.
But that's one of those experiences, you know. Every generation before that.
Oh yeah.
Can attest to something that they grew up on that we no longer do.
Oh yeah,
like handing out cigarettes at the hospital.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. And honestly, that's one of the things too. And that's like why I say like the big debate in our where like, you know, some people get really sensitive about talking about food and stuff. And you know, I feel like you know, where we live in a society where, you know, like the moms will say, okay, kids need to be kids, and we give them sugar and stuff like that. But at the same time, too, it's kind of like, you know, I want to be like, okay, well, if you give them sugar and now you get addicted to sugar, because you got to think sugar is pretty much in everything. You know, and I believe that we're addicted to sugar once we're born. You know, whatever our parents was eating, we more than likely going to get addicted to that. You know, guys, I was having a conversation with some people, and it's like, man, I can't eat spinach, man, I can't eat that. I'm just like, probably because your parents never ate it, and you never really truly, you know, got it in your stomach and you know, got in your stomach digestion and stuff. But, you know, I feel like once you go back to nature, you really start thinking about your ancestors, you know, and that's what I think about. I was like, man, I want to put my like great granddad look like, you know, back in the day. And just, you know, having that mindset of, okay, you know, we are humans, you know, we are humans. I should say we are, you know, humans. I'll say we are animals, you know, and we have to like get out in the sunlight and stuff like that and go out and just breathe. But in today's society, we want everything to be so comfortable, you know, comfortable for it. It's the reason why we want everything to be comfortable. The more comfortable you are, the more likely you're going to have some sort of issues, you know. Right. And for us, we just got to challenge ourselves every single day. You know, I tell myself, like, man, what I'm going to do today to challenge myself? All right, I'm going to go hop in this cold tub first thing in the morning, just like, you know, suffer. I call it a suffer. I even tell my boys, I was like, hey, guys, we suffering today. And they're like, what? Oh, yeah, we suffering today. And he's putting them through like a hard workout or whatever.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned sunlight, and a lot of people are like, you know, they're scared to death because sunlight will kill you. You know, eventually. Too much of anything is a bad thing.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, and that people forget that. But have you ever seen somebody that doesn't get enough sun?
Is anybody who never got enough sun?
Yeah, like, have you ever seen anybody like that? They're miserable.
They're miserable, exactly. Yeah. I mean,
so that's what I'm saying. It's all in moderation. It's all about, like, I mean, like I said, I love dairy. I love a good bowl of ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Not supposed to have it every night. But you know, you want it every night.
Oh yeah, bro.
You know,
like,
you try to make it that way.
Yeah, you don't gotta tell me. Like my go-to, like for real, like I would do some Lucky Charms with some milk, and then I love like anybody from college back when I was in South Sumter. I love Debbie snacks. I would kill some Debbie snacks. Whenever I cheat, my cheat meal would be, you know, the Dunkin' Sticks with some milk.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, even so, like, I mean, like, I eat really clean. You know, Sunday through Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday I eat whatever I want to eat. You know, so I don't give me like you can't escape it. You really can't.
No, it's so hard. You know, like I said, I even did like a 6-month period where I tried to cut out fast food. You know what I mean? Because I was going, and now I couldn't cut it out completely, but there'd be like one chain, and it wasn't anything personal. I just picked one chain. What's the chain closest to my house? McDonald's. So I'm like, all right, so I'm not going to go to McDonald's for 6 months. You can do it, people. You can really do it.
Oh yeah.
I know there's people that are like, not me.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think so either, because the McDonald's breakfast is on par.
Oh yeah.
But I just did it. I did it for myself. You know, and then we were coming back from somewhere, I think from Orlando, and everybody in the car is like, you want to go to McDonald's? And I don't want to be like, no, I'm not eating it. You know, I'm like, all right, we'll go. And I didn't go crazy, but I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me get 2 of those.
Oh yeah.
Let me get that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's not good. And we know, you know, consciously we know.
Oh yeah.
That this stuff is not good for you.
Oh yeah. No, exactly.
But I also don't want to be miserable and eating, you know, crap that's not tasteful.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a give and take with everything, but I don't know, man. I think we all have and what you say about this helped you, it's just great.
Yeah.
And I hope it helps somebody else.
Yeah.
But it may not.
It may not, exactly.
You may have found that like your holy grail, what you're doing. But and you look great.
I appreciate it.
So whatever you're doing, and it's like people trust the process. It's not going to happen overnight.
Oh no, not at all.
We live in such an instamatic world that like I said, you want those pounds that fall off quick.
Oh yeah,
it's not going to happen because
it's the microwave society we live in.
Yes. So you got to give some willpower. That's what it all comes down to.
It is willpower. Yeah, for me, it's willpower and dedication and consistency. You got to stay consistent with it. And then, like I say, everybody's plan could be a little bit different. And then for me, I want to try to help people out put the plan together. Yeah. As long as you have a plan that works for you, stick to it. My plan may not work for everybody. Right. But for me, it works for me is waking up first thing in the morning, suffering, and then just really out there, just running and moving your body. When it comes to exercise, we don't need to go in there and thinking we Hercules or really got to go run marathons. You can just be in your garage just moving, sitting on the couch, getting up off the couch, dancing. I would literally go in the bathroom sometimes and start dancing, just to keep my body moving, just to get that blood flowing, right. And if anybody need any help, hey, reach out to me, because I definitely love to put plans together for people.
Yeah, and that's the thing is a lot of people they're either afraid or they don't want to ask for help. Yeah. And but if you see results, most of the time your biggest weight loss things are at the beginning of the year, because that's your New Year's resolution. You're like, this year's gonna be different. Oh yeah, and it ain't no different from every other year. Oh yeah, it's. I
was there. Hey, trust me, I was there. Exactly. I was there. Like every single year, I was like, I'm gonna lose some weight. I get started for about 3 weeks and whatever, and it just drop off. But I would say when it really, really stuck was when at Sherwin-Williams we all tried to do this competition, and we had probably like 6 or 7 employees. I think we listened to 75 Day Hard, and then all of a sudden we all was doing it, and after like 2 weeks everybody dropped off, and I was the only one that didn't drop off. And then eventually I dropped off, but I was like, man, I was feeling amazing, working out outside, doing this. I'm a firm believer like how I feel, and I just stuck that mentality into me and just kept going.
Well, that's the thing is, like I said before, what works for you might not work for Jane or Jerry, but at least you're trying. You're trying. You gotta try. You gotta try something. You can't just say, "Well, it's not gonna. It ain't gonna work." You know those people. Oh yeah. You're like, "Hey, you should." Nah, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. There's so many people that are negative about it, and I'm thinking at this point, what have you got to lose? No, exactly,
you know what I mean? Exactly. And honestly, I feel like a lot of times with people is that we just don't understand. They just think like, okay, we just I can't eat that, or I want to eat that, and this is how it's gonna make me feel. Saying that it's like, if I try this diet right here, it's not going to work or whatever. But I don't even care about the diet is very, very important. You got to find your fuel. But the biggest thing to me is just like knowing what the food that you're currently eating is doing to you. Because some people say, okay, well, I'm going to go on this crash diet or something like that. As soon as you try to turn your body to a certain fuel in a certain way, more than likely you're going to fail at it. Right. So what I like to do is talk to people and say, hey, what do you currently eat now? When was the first meal when did you break your fast, or when did you go to sleep, or your last meal? Because we all got to think of, especially if you're carrying like a lot of weight, you got to think that as soon as you fall asleep and you wake up the next day, you have 20 minutes of glycogen built up in your muscle. Right. And if you're not in the burning stage, guess what happens? That next meal you eat with any type of carbs or sugar is automatically going to add on to that. And once people start to add, think about that, like, wait a minute, I ate this at 8 o'clock last night. I didn't do any type of running this morning, and I ate this breakfast that's it's healthy, it's orange juice, and what's the name? The orange is sugar. So you initially
just straight sugar.
Straight sugar. So and once you start to understand that right there, I feel like everybody like, okay, now I really understand, right? Because like I say, what you do today affects you tomorrow.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Lily, Man, I've had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you coming over. I'm glad that you're doing great. You look great. I'm glad you found something that's going to help you in the long run, because, I mean, health is very important.
Yes.
And I appreciate you coming over and taking the time to come hang out with me.
Oh, no, no problem. Hey, yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us. I want to thank our sponsors. Without your support and generosity, this is not possible. And thank you for everybody else who is watching. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow on Spotify. There are updated live streaming episodes. And until next time, we'll see you down the road. Have a good day. Bye, guys.